Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight, I'm looking at the Spider-Man Infinite Legends series, Spider-Man 2099. This is another one of those Spidey variants that everybody's been asking for, or waiting for. I never got the first version way back. I didn't like the body too much. This is what I was looking for. I did make a custom at some point, but, you know, customs, you just can't do everything you want unless you put the work in, and I'm not a joint guy. Before I start anything, I'm going to compare him to Superior Spider-Man. Now, everybody should have this by now. He's everywhere. He's the leftover of that case most of the time. You know, along with Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man. And when we first saw Spider-Man 2099, we thought maybe he would share the same body as Superior. And he doesn't. He does share a few parts, but not as many as I would have thought. He shares the legs and the biceps. And I think that's about it. It's definitely a different torso. You can see the height difference. It's a different shape. The ab crunch is higher. The abs are longer. The waist piece is higher. It's almost the same shape, but there's more thickness here in the height up to the waist swivel. Even here, I think they widened the 2099 waist piece because the legs don't look as there's not such a break in the sculpt where this one comes down, hits the legs, shoots out, goes down. This one's more of a nicer transition. Now for the head, the deco here is sculpted on. This is not just a paint app. It's all sculpted, so I really like this. This head is, you know, for being just a symbol on the front of the face, it looks perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Now, the paint does come down off the sculpt a little bit, but you have to look really close to see it. It's good at the top. It's nice and crisp. At the bottom, the paint line itself is still crisp. It's just missing the sculpt a little bit. It's barely noticeable. There is a few scuffs on the rest of the red paint here and there, but nothing too terrible. It's such a crazy design that you kind of lose anything, you know, that's not supposed to be there or too much of. Like right here, it's kind of scuffed off, but it's barely noticeable. It's right there in that swivel. The blue, the base body, is a kind of a metallic, you know, that swirly twirly plastic that we've been seeing when it comes to shiny characters, especially the head where it's, you know, super smooth. You can see kind of twirls and swirls, and it looks good. I mean, I would have went for black, but the blue works for me too. I do like how they went here. This was a smart choice on their part, where the skull is completely on the upper torso, and then the spider legs or fangs of the skull come down. So when you ab crunch it, it doesn't break the actual logo too bad. It still looks like it's coming from the same point down. So when you extend back, it still attaches, crunch forward, they're still there. Same here. The beginning of these breaks in the logo, the whatever you want to call it on the chest, start on the torso piece. So when you extend in, you don't really lose them. Extend out, it kind of just, you know, continues on to the shoulder piece. Another, you know, thinking ahead type situation that I appreciate when it comes to, you know, retail figures. The back web cape is just a separate piece that plugs into a hole in the back. And, you know, for what it is, it does add to, you know, Miguel overall. It's supposed to be a web cape. It's just supposed to hang there. So this completely works for me. You can take it off if you want for, you know, dynamic posing, or leave it on. I'm going to take that off for this. Articulation-wise, he's on a ball neck with a swivel. So it swivels forward all the way down, swivels back, nearly up. Now you can the head kind of forward and backs on the ball joint, so you can shift it forward and get more back in the hinge. Shoulder joint, back forward. Now, just like Superior, it's pinned at the bottom, so there is some play there, but it feels a little bit more stiffer than Superior Spider-Man's. There's not as much pull out as there is. On top of that, there's the hinge and swivel shoulder. Hinges out, swivels all the way around. Got a swivel bicep all the way around. A double elbow that you can bring around. And here you can see they did put the spikes on the back of the forearms, just like he should have. Hinge and swivel in the wrist. Swivel, swivel. Now the hands do look a little large, but once you get posing him, it's not really noticeable. It's only noticeable in neutral poses, or, you know, like I have it now, just sticking out there. His ab crunches forward pretty good. Swivels, or hinges back, not too far. He has a waist swivel. Hinge and swivel hips. Now his hips don't go out very far, about there, but they do go forward past 90. Thigh swivel. Double knees. Hinge at the ankle. Down good. Up pretty good, but not enough. Not enough for 3-point stance. We'll get to that. And the forward pin rocker ankle. Now for posing, like I said, he can almost get into a full crouch, but his ankles do not come forward enough to support the body as crunched over. That would be pretty good. I could live with that right there, but the ankles don't come forward. To build the Hobgoblin, I'm going to have to buy another $2,099, so I may play with this one with removing some of the foot here, just to see if he can come forward anymore. And I'd be good with leaving him in a crouch position, because probably in a neutral stance it would show a gap here, which probably wouldn't bother me at all. We'll see how that goes. So he can't crouch, but he can wall crawl. The hands are pretty good for wall crawling. He can get into all kinds of crazy poses. I'll have some more pictures on my written article on the Fwoosh front page pretty soon. I mean, look at that. He can bring his leg all the way over his head. That's pretty cool. I need more flight stands, or I would have, you know, views of him without my hands all in the way. But overall, it's a good Spidey. He may not go on the Spider-Man shelf. He may go up on my Exile shelf, which would consist of not a lot of characters at this point. Come on, Hasbro, we need more Exiles. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. But if you're wanting to use Coulson on your, comic shelf, since he's in the comic books now, here he is with Black Panther again. Black Panther should be larger, big muscle superhero. Coulson's a regular human. This totally works if you want to use him on the comic shelf.